Example 2 is using difference of squares but in grouping. So we have 4 factors here, or excuse me, 4 terms, and we want to see first of all what the GCF is. So 1 is the coefficient in front of the first term, so automatically the numerical GCF is 1. Since the last term does not have a y, there's no variable GCF to factor out, so the GCF for example 2 is 1, which means we're going to go into factoring by grouping. We're going to group these 2 terms, and then we're going to group these 2 terms, and we factor those 2 terms one group at a time. So the GCF for the first group is going to be y squared. So y squared can be factored out of the both terms, and what's then followed by the parentheses. What is inside the parentheses is what multiplies to what got factored out to give us our original term in the original problem. So y squared times y gives us y cubed, and y squared times a minus 6 gives us our minus 6y squared. That takes care of the factoring the first group. To factor the second group, we are going to factor out the GCF of 4, and however our leading term is negative, so we're going to factor out a negative 4. When your leading term is negative, chances are you're going to factor out the negative. So when we factor out a negative 4, that means we write minus 4 times, and then inside the parentheses is what multiplies to give us our original term back. So negative 4 times y gives us a minus 4y. Negative 4 times a negative 6 gives us a positive 24 back here. And now these 4 terms have been rewritten with 2 terms that have a common binomial factor of y minus 6. That is going to be factored out. So y minus 6 is factored out, and in the other parentheses is what's left. So y squared minus 4. And this is not the final answer. Y minus 6 cannot factor further, but y squared minus 4 can factor further. It's a difference of squares. And again, difference of squares, a squared minus b squared factors to its conjugates a plus b times a minus b. And so now we verify what the square roots of each term is. So the square root of y squared is y. The square root of 4 is 2. So our a and our b value for this factor is going to be y and 2. So this turns into y plus 2 times y minus 2. And don't forget about the y minus 6 that needs to be brought in front. So y minus 6 is the factor in front. And that takes care of the factoring completely for example number 2.